All right. This is my Money in the Bank 2023 podcast. I am scooping Wednesday wrestling for our cause, Chattanooga. I'm scooping Wednesday night Fahrenheit tonight, and I'm posting episode 2 of the Unknown Asylum. And that Unknown Asylum podcast is going to be about Money in the Bank. Let's first start up with number 1, the Money in the Bank ladder match with the men. It was So as Butch, Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Damian Priest, Ricochet, LA Knight, Logan Paul. And you know what? People thought Logan Paul was going to do it. And everybody else thought that the main attraction, the main hype man, the main person that they wanted was LA Knight to do it. And then, they're saying that LA Knight was making statements to people backstage, like, because of his age, because he's 40, that they wouldn't want him to be Money in the Bank winner and all this kind of stuff. And you know what? You know who won the Money in the Bank? Damian Priest. And you know what? Damian Priest is older than LA Knight. That's right. Damian Priest is older than LA Knight. So if they didn't want LA Knight to win because of his age, why would they give Damian Priest the briefcase? You know what I'm saying? And you know what? That briefcase is going to cause a lot of trouble between the Judgment Day. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, Damian Priest came out there at the end of the night, towards the end of the night, and during the Seth freaking Rollins World Heavyweight Championship match against Finn Balor, the leader of the Judgment Day, and he stood there with his briefcase, holding it high, unafraid, absolutely unafraid of what Finn Balor was going to say or do. He didn't care. He just dared him, won the match. I might be in there next, buddy. I might be in there next. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's just the type of thing it was with the Money in the Bank that night. And then, I'm pretty sure that the LA Knight Logan Paul situation is going to advance. I'm sure that's going to advance with a big feud there that everybody wants to see, especially with LA Knight saying some of the things he said in the past about Logan Paul's fan base. And let's see here. I'm pretty sure, it's the end of the Judgment Day coming, like I was saying. Damian Priest is really, stepping up to the plate and saying, I'm Money in the Bank, I'm going to be the next champion. Everybody knows when he was in Ring of Honor, he's under another name in Ring of Honor, I can't remember that name, but he was TV champion there, and he was an undefeated person on their roster for the longest, if I remember correctly. And so he's next up. He's going to get that belt. He's going to get that belt, that's for sure. And I don't think he really cares what what Finn Balor has to say. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about the Judgment Day no more. He just cares about that championship. And let me tell you what, an outstanding person in that match was Ricochet. He was awesome all night long in that Money in the Bank ladder match. I believe the Money in the Bank type ladder matches are created for men like Ricochet, guys that can bounce here, bounce there, and just do their deal. Let's move it on to the women's tag team belts. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez challenging the champions at the time, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Well, Shayna Baszler turns on Ronda Rousey. So you know what? There goes any hope of having the four horsewomen of the MMA together in the WWE. Because one of them just turned on the other one. And I even saw a clip where Shayna Baszler beat Ronda the other night on Raw. Personally, I didn't watch Raw the other night. I feel bad about it, but I didn't get to. But I saw that clip. It's crazy. The four horsewomen are out. They're out. They're out. They're out. Absolutely gone, man. They're not going to happen in the WWE like they've been talking about. And, just one of those things. Moving on to the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Riddle. Gunther is one of the longest reigning Intercontinental Champions, behind the Macho Man, who had a 14-month reign as the Intercontinental Champion, and Honky Tonk Man, who had a 454-day reign as the Intercontinental Champion. Drew McIntyre returned at the end of that match. I believe we're setting up for Drew McIntyre challenging for the IC belt against Gunther at SummerSlam. That's what I think. That's what I think one of the matches at SummerSlam will be. Probably another match at SummerSlam will be Ronda versus Shayna Blazers, of course. That to, of course, be a match. And you never know where Damian Priest will fit in that until we get closer to that event. Then we had a John Cena segment. John Cena came out, and John Cena, was wanting so bad to get WrestleMania to come to London, England, and the London crowd went nuts. The London crowd went absolutely nuts, and the last event there was the last event major pay per view event out of the four. I'm talking about the main four: Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series was SummerSlam from 1992, and that was at Wembley Stadium in London, England. And you know, John Cena was interrupted by can't I got his name right now, but dude got attitude adjusted, and the crowd was happy to see Cena, and for me personally, I was a big Cena fan for the longest when I was younger, and I was glad to see Cena too, honestly. And I'd rather him stick to movies. I was glad to see him too. All right, then let's move on to the women's Money in the Bank. Becky Lynch, Zoe, Trish Stratus, Zelina Vega, Bailey, and Io Sky. And that match was crazy. It ended up with some handcuffs being involved, y'all. Some handcuffs that helped Io Sky become the Miss Money in the Bank. I like the Judgment Day. I know the Judgment Day with damage control. See, I made the same mistake that the announcer did at the beginning of that match when they announced Io Sky as part of Judgment Day. Whoever that announcer did made the same mistake I did. But I like damage control. I wish damage control could have been a more better group. I mean, I wish they could have had more championships, been promoted more. I don't know if that's just because honestly, I don't know if that's just because book 3 of the Wrestling Romance trilogy has a lot of female, has an all female wrestling promotion in it, and it has a lot of stables in it that I really like. I wrote about, so I don't know if it's just that or what. I wish Damage Control was a bigger deal than what it was, but I just live with that. And then, so I don't know. I mean, I think Io Sky, when she cashes in, she's gonna win it. Like I think that Jamie Priest is gonna win it when he cashes in. And like I said, there's some handcuffs involved. Becky Lynch got handcuffed to Bailey. Io Sky got the championship down. That's smart. That's smart. That's smart. Moving on, the next match of the night was the World Heavyweight Championship match. And like I said, Damian Priest came out and distracted Baylor. Gave was able. Seth freaking Rollins was able to get the win. And look, these two wrestled at SummerSlam a few years ago for the Universal Championship when that tournament was going on. Balor won. Finn Balor won. And wound up getting himself hurt that night. And then since he was hurt, he had to relinquish his title the next day. And he hasn't been champion since. And I think that's wrong, man. I think that's wrong. They need to put the belt on him, and they should have put it on him already. And I just think it's wrong. It's just not right. She's not right. He was champion, and he couldn't help he got hurt. He couldn't help that he got hurt, but just like forget it. It's like you're a champion for a night. You're a champion for a night, y'all. You're a champion for a night. That's all you get that night. Now that you have to relinquish that, I'm going to give it to you again. Hey, I don't know. I don't get it. With Damian Priest, I'm looking for Damian Priest and Balor feud going on. If it hasn't already started, I'm looking for a feud going on between those two. Damian Priest going on to win the championship, a championship of his choice. That's Roman's championship or Seth's championship. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. We'll see. Then we have the Bloodline Civil War going on, where Roman was pinned by Jey Uso, and this was the first time Roman was pinned in years. Years. It's the first time he's pinned in years, y'all. And that's setting up. I'm guaranteed that's setting up for a Jey Uso championship match, 1-on-1 against Roman at SummerSlam. SummerSlam's gonna be hot. SummerSlam's gonna be hot. SummerSlam's gonna be hot. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. She's gonna be hot and amazing this year, and it's gonna be wild. And I'm not saying that Jey Uso is gonna take the pin again at SummerSlam, win the belt or nothing, but it's gonna be a good match. It'll be a good match. Gotta give you that. And it's just one of those things. One of those things. But you know what? This is my question I have. Is this: when Roman loses the belts, or belt, whatever you want to call it, the belts, whatever, they're merged into one belt. It doesn't matter. When he loses his championship status, is he going to go downhill and start losing every match like some of the other people that's been undefeated or whatever have? Is that going to happen? Is he going to start losing every match? I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. I like Roman. I know wants to meet Roman. That'd be a good deal. But when he loses the championships, I want him to just become a loser for a time period. I want him to not want to put the belt back on or nothing like they have Finn Balor. Anyway, that's it for episode 2 of the Unknown Asylum. This is the Money in the Bank 2023 podcast episode. And this is me getting a 1-up on Wrestling for a Cause Chattanooga tonight and Wednesday Night Fahrenheit tonight. Because I know we're going to talk about this tonight. And this is my 1-up on them for that. And just call this the new Monday Night Wars, if you want to call it that. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed my podcast, and I hope you come back to see other ones in the future. Please subscribe so you know when I add new content.